Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, November 30th, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Indiana vs Syracuse. Indiana is averaging 77.5 points per game. They scored 90 points in their last game, making 57.6% of their field goals and 53.3% of their three-pointers. Trace Jackson-Davis led the way for Indiana with 43 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 blocks. Xavier Johnson finished with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 steals, while Race Thompson added 8 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 steals. Indiana has also played well defensively, giving up 57.2 points per game. They gave up 79 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to get the win. Our first betting advice is to pick Syracuse, plus 1.5. Syracuse's offense has been one of the most exciting in the country in March over the last few seasons, and will need to continue that to get back into the win column. They're averaging 78.7 points per game and have 5 double-digit scores, with the issue being their lack of depth on the bench. Buddy Boeheim, 20 ppg, remains the team's leading scorer, while brother, Jimmy, is averaging 12.3 ppg. The surprise though has been Cole Swider, who was expected to be another marksman, but is only shooting 27% from 3, a number he will need to improve upon. Our second betting advice is to pick over 144. Northwestern vs Wake Forest. Boo Buie led Northwestern with 22 points, and big man Ryan Young added 17 points in the convincing victory. Northwestern also won the rebounding battle on the night, 38-34. In another important statistic, the Wildcats forced 14 Bulldog turnovers, while only committing 10 of their own. One other key statistic in the dominating performance was the team's shooting from the free throw line. On the night, they shot a perfect 13 for 13 at the charity stripe. Northwestern will need to be sharp in all these phases if they want to take down a tough ACC opponent on the road. Our first betting advice is to pick Northwestern plus 2. The Demon Deacons are above .500 against the spread at 4-3, although they failed to cover in their 2 games at the Emerald Coast Classic, after also being taken to overtime by Oregon State. Overs are a strong 5-2 for the Demon Deacons after Saturday's game went under the betting total and snapped a run of 5 straight overs. Wake Forest has generally been a prolific offense to start the year, ranking 32nd nationally and scoring at 82.7 points per game, while shooting 58.4% from 2 and 35.9% from 3. The Demon Deacons have been closer to average defensively, allowing 67 points per game, with opponents shooting 47.4% from 2 and 31.1% from deep. Our second betting advice is to pick over 144. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Long Beach State vs San Diego State. Murray, 18.5 ppg, leads 3 LBSU players averaging at least 11 ppg, and before going for 21 points in the last game, he had 32 points in the previous 3 games. Hampton, 14.4 ppg, had only totaled 21 points in 2 games, before going for a season-high 22 points in the last game. Colin Slater, 11.7 ppg, scored 13 points in the last game, after only 4 in the previous 2 games. Matt Bradley, 13.2 ppg, is one of only 2 players averaging in double figures, and he only had 3 points in the last game, after totaling 33 points in the previous 2 games. Pullum is averaging 10 ppg, and he has scored 11 points in 2 of his last 3 games. 6'10 FW Nathan Mensah, 9.5 ppg 7.3 rpg, has only scored 12 points in the last 2 games, but does have 13 rebounds in that span. Our first betting advice is to pick San Diego State minus 20.5. The Aztecs are number 103 in adjusted offensive efficiency, but they are number 298 in effective field goal percentage. They have avoided turnover problems, though, which has helped counteract the bad shooting. San Diego State is one of the most experienced teams in the country, so the lack of turnovers is not surprising. They are going to face a Long Beach State defense that is number 335 in field goal percentage. Senior guard Matt Bradley leads San Diego State with 13.2 points and 5.0 rebounds per game. He was held to just 3 points in the loss to USC, but he was in double figures the previous 3 games. Senior guard Trey Pulliam is the only other player in double figures, averaging 10.0 points per contest. Our second betting advice is to pick under 135. Pepperdine vs Nevada. Freshman guard Houston Millett has been playing well as he is getting his feet wet with the Pepperdine Waves, as he is averaging 32.9 minutes and averaging 12.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 1.1 steals, and 0.6 blocks. He has been shooting the ball extremely well thus far as he is shooting 48.1% from the floor, 40.8% from the three-point line, and 81.8% from the free throw line. In his last game against Grand Canyon, Millett had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in 32 minutes on the floor. The Nevada Wolfpack have been being led by junior guard Grant Sherfield this season, as he has 17.7 points, 3.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 0.6 steals in 34.1 minutes on the floor. He is shooting pretty well in the early portion of the season, as he is shooting 43.7% from the field, 37.5% from deep, and 84.6% from the charity stripe. In his last game against Washington, he played in 39 minutes and finished with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 5 turnovers. Our first betting advice is to pick the Waves at plus 14. Junior guard Grant Sherfield led the team with 23 points, 6 rebounds, game-high 5 assists, and 2 steals. Desmond Cambridge Jr. followed him with 21 points and 5 boards. Warren Washington had 15 points and game-high 9 rebounds, while Will Baker added 10 points and 9 boards. KJ Himes is out indefinitely due to an ankle injury. The Nevada Wolfpack lost the opening game at the Crossover Classic to the South Dakota Jackrabbits, but bounced back with a pair of wins against the George Mason Patriots and Washington Huskies. Nevada covered a -4 spread and has the spread covered in both latest wins. They have covered in 3 of the previous 4 and currently stand at a 3-4 Austrian shillings record. Senior forward Keith Fisher III led the Waves with 13 points. Victor Ohiaobio had chipped in 11 points, game-high 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks, while Houston Millett had 11 points, 4 boards, and 2 rejections. The Pepperdine Waves couldn't avoid the 4th straight loss, as they fell short 59-56 to the Grand Canyon Antelopes at home. However, they narrowly covered a plus 3.5 spread and now managed to cover in 2 consecutive games. Pepperdine now improved at a 4-4 Austrian shillings record. Our second betting advice is to pick under 150.5.